Hey everyone, we will jump into some therapy techniques next week, and so I thought I would start with a little disclaimer that you are not a therapist, but other people will try to put you in this box, whether intentionally or accidentally, just as you become more psychologically aware than the average human, which you all are now. Congratulations. Sometimes a lot of extra heaviness and pressure can come along with this, so if you can, please try to not internalize this pressure, and please don't go about, unauthorizedly practicing as a therapist when you are not trained to do so. If there are bits and pieces of the techniques that we discussed that you find beneficial and helpful to yourself, obviously your first step would be talk to your therapist about smart ways that you can incorporate them into your life. But with that disclaimer aside, I did want to spend a class period here talking about holding space, which is something that you don't have to be a therapist to do. You just have to be a good supportive friend, family member, human, etc. And so holding space is just providing an atmosphere and environment within which other people can process things that they're going through. Sounds very easy, but most of us are very bad at this. Most of us, our tendency is to jump in and offer solutions, which oftentimes just makes the person feel pressured, feel stupid for not thinking of the things, feel misunderstood because of course they've already considered these options. A lot of times, again, we think we're helping, but we're actually making things worse when we just jump in with a solution. Oftentimes our tendency is to try to downplay or minimize something because we feel like, well, if I do that, then maybe they'll realize that it's not that big of a deal. This tends to be unhelpful as well, perhaps unsurprisingly. We as humans have a tendency to make the conversation about us. Oh, you're telling me about your problem. Oh, well, let me tell you about my problem. And oftentimes that doesn't really adequately hold space for somebody either. And so what I will say about holding space is you're allowed to be a human. You don't have to engage every interaction holding space for somebody who needs it. But hopefully you'll trust your intuition on those times when somebody really needs you to hold space, and then perhaps when you get in those moments, you can fight your instincts to just do all of the things that are the exact opposite. Be patient and listen and be supportive and allow for comfortable amounts of silence. Ask open-ended questions. Show support without being like, okay, let's jump in and fix this, because oftentimes that's not what people really want or really need. And those of you who were, gender raised as male have probably picked up more bad habits when it comes to holding space for humans. And in fact, even the phrase holding space, you might just be looking at me like, what is this weird magic that Reinhold speaks of? But check out the materials that I've given you. Please do give this a try. This is a really valuable skill for you to learn. You will find yourself at some points in time, perhaps more so right now. We're in really interesting times, right? But it's a really valuable gift that you can give to somebody. Again, not to feel like you have to give this gift or that you're obligated to, but sometimes you might choose to give this gift of just holding space for somebody, and it's a really precious, beautiful thing. So if I can help you develop these skills, that's what I'm here for. So as always, let me know how I can help you become better at doing this, and let me know if you have done it, if you have experience doing it. If there's certain people in your life that are really good at doing it, maybe you can learn from the behavior that they've modeled, but let's all just keep upping our game and becoming awesomer humans.